Okay, I had to go a different route. The only issue is I just gotta get it positioned. Now I'm on my iPad, so let me flip it around. Orientation is locked. Sons of bitches. Thus one works. Okay. This will give me a little bit more portability anyways, but the only issue is this bright light. Okay. Let's see about the chat. It's all right. I understood what you meant. So is the okay. So good. It's okay. Let's see. Still no video? Okay. So it shows the chat right on the window. This is kind of cool. I haven't done it like this before. So it's good. All right. I just don't know how many people. Okay, I can see how many people are in the stream. Hey, I might just stream like this from now on. It's much easier. So my computer's been giving me crap. All right. Oh, God. I worked on a project, and I've worked on it for a little bit before I got the parts, and then I got some parts in, and then I worked on it, and I got it working, and I kind of don't want to reveal it because it's not like a finished thing, but I kind of want to reveal it so that maybe I can get some input. I'm kind of at an impasse. I know Jim knows about it, and anybody in the 3D print chat group or club, excuse me, my mind's everywhere right now. The 3D print club, sir. There we go. Anybody in that and follows me, they might be able to remember that I had posted up a bunch of pictures of it and stuff like that. So I'll kind of show you a little bit. Anybody that's paying attention can see what might be happening in the background. But so what happened was I got to a certain part, and the things just kind of got failed. There were 3D printed parts involved, and I guess the tolerant level of it wasn't susceptible to jams. So I had a little bit of problem with that project. So I've got all this footage sitting, and then of course the program that I use to edit my videos does not like my new camera. I use Adobe Premiere to edit, and what happens is, just to kind of give you a brief, if you've never edited a video in a like a video editing software, you bring your file in, and you got your audio and your video connected, and you can of course unconnect them and manipulate them from there, but most of the time they're connected. So when you put them in a bin and then you drag it over into the timeline, the video and the audio should go together. Well, sometimes they don't necessarily do that, so it's like there's a workaround that of course I had to research, and I use YouTube for everything, for my entertainment, for my studies, the information that I get, things that I've learned. I basically live on YouTube and Netflix. So I was able to find a workaround so that I could, create a new sequence for each individual clip, and then I've got to copy that, and then I've got to paste it in, and then I can edit it, which is like totally like negates the whole point of me paying for this software, because I have to pay like $40 a month to use it so that I can do all the fancy stuff that I do. Yes, YouTube is Google, and Google owns YouTube. And that's exactly what it is that, would you rather read something, or would you rather, watch a video? Some idiot making a fool of himself on the internet. So, GoobTube. Actually, they're talking about combining YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook all together. They're going to call it YouTwitFace. You could torrent the software. You like that one, huh? Anyway, so, and this is my new computer. I paid $900 for this thing, and I actually made a video about, I spent my Prusa money on a computer because I didn't have a computer that was capable of running, Fusion 360. So I wanted to be able to design, so that's why I went out and I bought a new computer. And say it ain't so. Say what ain't so. I'm reading chat as well. So, yeah, like Simplified 3D as well. I bought Simplified 3D. I'm running Fusion 360. I'm running Adobe Premiere. Plus, I mean, God, I don't know about you guys and what you've gotten into, but when I opened up the box that contained a 3D printer, it like literally transformed my life. I for the last year and whatever no, it's just been a couple weeks past that. No, yeah, 13 months now. It was December last year that not this past year, but 2006, the end of the year, that I actually, put out my first video, and then decided that I was gonna, create content. So, and in that time, I have, when I named this Inside the Mind of Matt, it really was, literal. This is a step into this thing right here that plagues me and just keeps me up at night. Actually, you say that I've actually built computers. I mean, that's my entire life, from the time when I was a kid to, up until now, has been basically training for a 3D printer. I was the head electrician, or not the head, I was the plant electrician at a plastic extrusion plant. They pumped out PVC on a 24-hour basis, nonstop. If that machine stopped extruding, it was either they were changing it over and it was rush to get that plastic out of there and purge it and get it ready for the next thing, or power went out and it was all hands on deck. All 3 shifts were called in, and there were like 18 lines of plastic that was just cooling down that they had to get out of these machines. You want to talk about trying to clean a nozzle. These nozzles were like bigger than me, 18-inch, 24-inch round PVC. The head and the screw that drives that, and the pressure and the heat and the smell, and worst place in the world I ever worked at. So I'm gonna read catch up on some of the chat here real quick. Yeah, did you guys see? Oh, I wore the wrong shirt. I was gonna wear the one that said I'm addicted to 3D printing, but which kind of leads me to some not really bad news, but just a kind of something that's happening to me as a result of my addiction to 3D printing and my eagerness and desire to make videos. I mean, I really, really enjoy, being creative and coming up with, my little twist on, filming and recording and just presenting information. And, I try to be serious. I'll crack a joke. But in true life, to be around me as a person and a friend or a coworker or, somebody at the other end of the bar, I mean, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna be entertained. You're gonna laugh because I've got, tons of jokes and witty, and I'm not, patting myself on the back here. I'm just, basically coming at you as a real life person that has a full-time job that kills me. It really. I get home sometimes and I just sit down, and next thing you know, I wake up and I don't even know how long I was asleep for. And then I try to make a video, and I, end up staying up till, because I took a little bit of a nap, so I'm not so tired, but I want to finish it. The print's still going, so I stay up, and sometimes I'm crawling into bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I got to get up, and my alarm is set at 6:30. And, I crawl out of bed sometimes and get to the job, and break comes. I close my eyes for break, and lunch comes and I close my eyes for lunch, and I'm just tired. So, which leads me to part of my discussion. To answer a question that I saw just come up, I'm a licensed electrician and have been for 22 years. And it's killed my body. I've got, broken fingers and numb thumbs, and it's tiring, and I'm tired, and I'd like to move on to something different. And I think that 3D printing is going to be an avenue in which I might be able to make some money. Not just making videos, but, maybe some sales. Pardon me while I get comfortable. Some sales, and I've thought about some training and, whatever. And, YouTube can make money. I can make money on YouTube. I'm just not making a lot of it. Pardon me. But one of the things that I'd like to discuss with you guys is I'm going to take a little bit of a break from making some videos, only because I have a bunch of messes that I have to clean up. Physical, literal messes. I like came from the basement up to this room, and that room is still just like, it's like trashed. Everything that I couldn't carry up or didn't have a place for right now is just down there, and it's a mess. I was getting flooded down there, and you know, it was just damp and cold, but it's a mess. And then my vehicle is a mess. I don't have time to clean. You know, my personal vehicle is my work vehicle. So when I go to work, yeah, inside the basement, I was in a garage to start, so but I just got a couple messes. But one of the messes that I have to do, and I'm going to dedicate some time, leads me to one of the announcements, is that I am going to MRF. If you don't know what MRF is, that's the Midwest Rep Rap Festival. It's in March. It's like 6 weeks away. And perfectly honest, it's not. I'm not rich, and I kind of live paycheck to paycheck. You know, I do have, you know, some money set aside, but it's kind of like, you know, emergency funds. But I do have my retirement fund, which, you know, without just, you know, calling right out, I got some stripping to do. You know, I got a little bit of a mess. I got a truck that needs to be worked on, and I can't work on it outside in the cold. So I'm gonna clean out the garage, which has got, you know, my mess, which is like a pocket full of money that I'm gonna be able to go to MRF, because I've got to I gotta rent a car. I'm gonna have gas money, hotel, food. You know, MRF is free to get in, but there's going to be a bunch of stuff there that I'm going to want to buy, you know. So that's one of the big announcements, is that I'm going to MRF. It is March 23rd and 24th, I believe. Let me just verify. It's a Friday and a Saturday. Got the phone off. Oop, I don't want that. Yeah, the 23rd and the 24th of March. And, yeah, see, Gainesville's a little bit further away. Yes, I plan on having a budget. I haven't had a vacation in 2 years. And, you know, I'm tired. You know, I'm not going to say that I won't make any videos. That was one of the other things that I was going to do. We're talking 6 weeks away. If I don't make any, if I just concentrate on what I've got to do to obtain the funds, then it'll allow me to, not only if I'm doing this for MRF, but I'm also going to invest in a new computer, one that's more suited to the not so portable, because I went portable this time. You know, I have a laptop. I got another laptop. It was a new one. You know, there's a name, and so I got, I don't want to say shafted, but I kind of got not the right piece of equipment, you know. I definitely have buyer's remorse with my computer, but there's a computer place right down the street from me that I plan on, well, I stopped by today after work and asked for, you know, an estimate, and they said that they would give me a call back. But let's see, what was that now? Yeah, pre-built stuff. No, that you're getting ripped off, especially Apple. But I need something. Well, yeah, I definitely not going to get an Apple computer. They're just a rip-off. But anyways, so what's going to happen is instead of coming home and, you know, coming up here and making a video, my printers are actually all going to be busy because I'm going to print out a crap load of Maker's coins to take with me to Murph and pass out Maker's coins for anybody that might want one. So, but if you saw what I showed earlier, what was that about now? Pour a nice video card in it and mine for Bitcoin. Makes money back. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I actually have 5 Raspberry Pis that I could hook up and Bitmine if I really wanted to, but this is one of my Maker's coins. I don't know if that's the finished design because it's designed for dual extrusion. These were the second and third, but this was the first one. A little bit of size difference. So that's what I did to my Delta, and I have half of the footage and video compiled and ready to go, but then the Y that I printed for it, too much pressure. There's a major G-code thing that has to happen with a dual extruder, and I haven't quite gotten that figured out yet, but I do have another one printed out. I printed it in clear this time, that way I can see where the filament is, but I could see where it was before. I was retracted enough, but the tool change code. But anyways, so that's what's going to happen, just so that you guys are aware. But I was thinking that if I got enough response that I could, I don't know, come up with a weekly subject and sit for a couple hours and, I don't know, troubleshoot somebody's 3D printer or, you know, whatever. I don't know about you guys, but I have personally gotten 2 remote troubleshoot successes. I got 2 people's 3D printer working for them by just helping them remotely. So wish this chat would. Are you promoting another person's live stream in my stream? What kind of... Oh, let's see. Prints somebody's design. Yes, I totally, just so that you know, that I totally misunderstood that video, that it was Xander's from Fun 3D or Fun King 3D's Xander, that the rocket. So that's why you got confused, like I was confused. So, but I'm gonna print that rocket. But oh yes. Anyways, I guess I'm not gonna reach my goal. It was high hopes to get 500 people in here. So I guess you're just going to have to wait for the produced, edited 3D printing song that I wrote. Unless you guys can summon up 500 people. Oh, let's see. What else was there? I think that pretty much sums it up. I'm tired, so I'm going to focus more on cleaning up some messes that I have, and get some money procured so I can travel cross country go mingle amongst a bunch of my peers, because I'm kind of all alone here. I don't get too much support from anybody around me, supportive or any of that, so which is fine. I'm not really doing it to be supported or be supportive of, but it would be nice. Oh, well, there's been a couple of like electrical things like that I've had an idea to make videos on, like how to make a smoke detector so that you could put a smoke detector in and it'll turn your printer off if it goes off, or some crazy stuff like that, you know? But what was that? I'm reading some chat. The chat on this is kind of disappears after a minute. But anyways, what else? So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I've been working hard and not really having a writer's block. It's that the fan isn't supposed to turn off my printer. No, the fan isn't supposed to turn off your printer, but if it is, then you might have like an electrical issue in the wall. You know, a loose connection somewhere, that sounds like. You need to call an electrician. Don't call that medic guy, though. He'll touch your hot end. Anyways. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Oh, is anybody printing anything good? I'm gonna start printing some Maker's coins though, and skewed. I have, yeah. Let's do some fan mail while we're here. A skewed view, 3D view, sent me some fan mail. It says, "Hello, Matt. Just a couple little things for you. One of our cards, our Maker coin, and early designs of our based on the Final Galaxy 8 Gunblade. The Gunblade was printed on our TiVo Tornado, and the coins and cards on our MK3. We know you will put a cool finish on the Gunblade. We enjoy your videos. Have a great day. A skewed view 3D. God bless." And he sent me, I'll show you I'll cover the phone number, but he sent me that. And their Maker coin. It's a business card. You don't care. Put your phone number all over the internet. And the Gunblade. Got a little wonky on the end, eh? My rockets do that. I haven't been able to straighten that out. And I believe that was it. So that was a nice little, yeah, they are nice clean prints. This one's painted, but it's still very cool. So appreciate that. I am gonna maybe eventually, I don't know, if enough people, I doubt, would want to send me something, I'll set up a PO or something, but it's a temperature. It does it on all my printers. It's a temperature and heat thing. You gotta get that little tiny areas dialed in just right in order to be able to achieve that area. But I have this is one of the most recent things I printed on my CR10. Put the little rod through and it goes for filament. Some of the filaments that I have are, you know, got big holes, and this is what I normally use, is one like this. But so that's printed actually with the Tesa filament. I've been printing a lot of stuff with, well, not a lot, but I do have, I don't know if this camera is going to be able to. You see those little zits? My entire Stormtrooper costume had those little, that little artifact. Let's see if I can. And I know it's the layer change, and I have not been able to fix it. Other than that, my retraction is, I don't know, maybe I need more retraction. Planned on doing an E-step, but then all my Raspberry Pis decided they needed to be rebooted, and just been having a little bit of this. Good night, Bill. Thank you for stopping in. What was that? He just reading some chat here. Yes, it's winter. Oh, luckily I have a local place that stocks it. It's a little bit pricier than like getting Zealtech or anything like that. I started printing with the Zealtech because, like I said, I contacted them and said, hey, is there anything that you can do to, you know, support the channel, you know? And they're like, well, what are you looking for? I'm like, listen, I'll take anything. So they offer me a little discount plus the discount code for the channel, and so I do have, you know, like 1, 2, 3 unopened boxes of that, and then of course the Tesla filament. So my plan is just to, for the next couple of weeks, to be printing maker coins, so that, you know, I might be able to put a little publicity out there, get people to like me a little more. $12. Well, Noah, if you buy through my Amazon link, then it'll help the channel. Gotta plug it. But anyways, let's see what else. And I do have a couple projects that, you know, keep milling around in my head, but most of the time I'm like laying in bed and there's like so many things going on all the time in my head that it's like I'm practicing my ad-lib videos, because even the dramatic ones that I made, I kind of like ad-libbed half of it, and then I had to you know, ad-lib to the other half, which, you know, it's all imagination. Yes, I've had a couple of comments that it was the perfect name for the channel because it's all here, and I have some knowledge. I'm not a dummy, so I think that, you know, it's a fun thing. I hope to help people, you know, because I'm learning this just like you guys are, and I don't know if some people just don't. Well, okay, let me take that back. I know some people just don't get things the way other people do, but you know, I'm trying to take, you know, a technical jargon and break it down so that it could be easily understood and maybe make you laugh while you're watching it. You know, that's my twist on things. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not really having a writer's block. I have a broken typewriter, so it's not allowing me to get my content out there the way I need it to be, and I have to make an investment. In order to do that, I have to go do some work. She's drew the letters all the way through the colon. That's what I was going to do, but yeah, it's actually two different parts, so I just have to remove the one STL and then go through. But I think, I don't know if you guys, is that backwards to you guys? Is that backwards? I see it backwards. Somebody? It's not backwards, okay. So just in case you didn't know what this stood for, it's Inside the Mind of Matt. It Mom. I love It Mom. It Mom loves you. You know, I could sign them, just, you know. Good. I'm glad that everybody is receptive to my little twists. I grew up watching, you know, Mel Brooks. Somebody accused me of being, you know, Mel Brooks' illegitimate child, and what was the other one? The love child of Dr. Strangelove and Borak. So, you know, you guys get it, you know, and that's, you know, I appreciate that, you know. And I may not be for everybody. Actually, you guys will get a kick out of this. One of the co-workers of my girlfriend, because she kind of talks about it a little bit here and there, and of course everybody knows that I 3D print stuff, because she's got, like, this is I printed her like a brown one of these, and it's sitting on her desk, and she has a lithophane that I made of all her grandkids sitting on a desk. So everybody there knows that, you know, that I 3D print stuff. I just lost my whole point because a bunch of chat was coming up. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay. And she was watching, it was the Operation Micro Swiss. And, you know, she said her daughter was watching it, and she was offended when I said he touched her hot end. So, and I wasn't trying to be perverted. I was being literal, but maybe, I don't know. It wasn't meant to be anything other than that. So some people get it, some people don't, was the moral of that story. So, so yeah, I think back to my camera. I love my new camera. It takes great pictures, it takes great videos, but like I was saying, the software is not accepting the format that it's being provided on that I, you know, making my video editing easy. So, do custom print paintings for people. So I'm reading some chat again. Yeah, I mean, I've done the math, and I don't know if you guys have actually like plugged in the accurate numbers in your slicer where you can put, you know, how much per kilogram and stuff, but it's amazing how you think that, you know, this is going to be like, oh crap, it's going to be like $5, you know, and it's like 75 cents worth of material, you know. It's crazy. Oh, let's see. So nobody's printing anything right now? Anybody printing anything right now? I gotta plug in so that my battery don't die. Wish I knew how to make this chat better. Show chat. Hello, Mr. Stream. 3D design of the week. Small parts organism. Basic engine model I've been designing. Nice. From the League of Legends. Nice. I watched that. It's great. Oh, let's see. Just a single piston. Obviously, yeah, just hook it up to a drill or something. I think Jim Carter that comes in here, was in here. You guys probably seen him all over the group. He printed an actual, I think a V8 or something. And it functioned. I plan on eventually printing, you know. Well, here's my thing. I do not want I do not want 365 useless things laying around my house. I like to print useful things. So coming up with ideas sometimes is difficult, to say the least. But sometimes you just gotta suck it up and print something silly. But what do you print? Computer desk. Reading some chat. Cable management, nice. But yeah, I have printed, designed a couple. I'll show you something cool though. This is my new camera, and because it's the screen flips down. It doesn't flip to the side, it doesn't flip up, it flips down, making it difficult to set it down or anything like that. So I designed up this little mount, and I can actually put it on my tripod and use it. Now my other camera, the first one that I've been using for the longest time, that one actually had the hole that mounts on the tripod stripped out. So I made like a whole cradle that the whole camera set right down in. It's pretty cool. But those are the kind of things I like to do. I got that right there. Let's see if I can get it. is 3D printed, and it's my iPad mount, which I can't really show you because I'm using my iPad to stream. So that's pretty much what I've got. What I'd like to do, if anybody, let's see, I got questions coming. So, have you thought of doing RC stuff, or is that not your style? Actually, I am a remote control airplane pilot. You don't have to be licensed, but I know how to take off and land a model airplane. So I have printed some drone stuff. Did some a drone mount. I did a case for some drones. I did make a video about it where I made the GoPro mount, and then we flew. This is a mini whip, is what they call them, or a little whip, tiny whip, tiny whip. And you know, these things are, that's what's in. If you go back in my history and look, it's a GoPro mount for a drone. I flew some of them, and the guy that I visited, he has a bunch of them, but I printed this one up in the review that I did on my Any Castle. Tiny whip, yep, tiny whip. I got it. But I'm getting into one of these eventually. So maybe if I accrue enough fun, well, I know I have enough funds. It's just a matter of literally sitting down for hours and processing it. Running up my strippers. And if you don't know what my strippers are, well, I made videos about those too that you can go. And it'd be cool if you guys, you know, went and just like binged a bunch of Inside the Mind of Matt. Because I've got 160 some videos for you guys to watch. So during my absence, if you guys go and watch some of my old videos, it will continue to feed YouTube my watch time. Because watch time is what's going to get me noticed. And I just want to be noticed. You know, it'd be nice to get up in the bigger, you know, numbers and subscribers and affect more people's lives and stuff like that. So we're getting there. This hasn't been a bad year. This year, or last year wasn't too bad. This year I'm just hoping it's going to be a little bit better. So let's see. Are my strippers hot? Yes. They run off of 120 volts. Noah's seen most of them. That's great. Whoa. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that, and I will definitely use it to my road trip. Skewed View 3D. Appreciate that, man. That's my first. You're my first super chat. How's that? You were first waiting in line, and you're my first super chat. Thank you so much. But an isolator. I want to know if there's an advantage to isolate your bed. It all depends, really. There is an advantage that you're not going to burn up the motherboard if the motherboard is not designed with a proper MOSFET. You know, some of the newer boards, like the Ramps boards, they have a built-in MOSFET. I still run one just to, you know, the current draw of the bed being drawn to that little circuitry, it's going to heat up. It's a lot of current being drawn. So yes, isolating your bed from your motherboard is definitely a beneficial thing to do, regardless of the printer. You know, when I converted my CR10 to a ramps board, I put a MOSFET in it. So same thing with my Monoprice Maker Select. You know, I put a MOSFET in it. So yes. A skewed view, you're back. Welcome back. If you didn't hear my thank you for your donation. Yes. I actually, if you guys haven't seen it, you've heard me mention it, the Mo that I got, the Monoprice Maker Select, and I got him from a yard sale, and it had the original Melzy's board in it, and the guy never put a MOSFET in it, and it was burnt up. And then of course he cobbed it and put a clone on it of an E3D, and that was all jammed up, and he was a mess. But I brought him back to life. I still have problems with him though. It's an all metal, and I print PLA, and I need to print something other than PLA. But sooner than later I will. Oh, let's see, what else do I need to talk about? I think, well, I don't know if they're still here, but, okay, let me read this again. Sorry, I want to say isolate back or bed, have two MOSFET, one for extruder and one. I mean, by using separate PCUs, sure. I mean, what you're gonna that's even better, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna have less voltage drop potential between, you know, the extruder drawn and the bed. So yeah, if you were to isolate them by putting separate power sources, then that's even better too. But I would still MOSFET it, because that's gonna give you a pulse modulation control of it. Hello Ron, welcome. It's okay that you're late, brother. I appreciate you showing up at all. Keyboard to the top of my monitor to get out of the way. That's cool. I will check that guy out. I don't use a keyboard right now, but I will be getting a new computer, and I'm going to go desktop this time, so. Oh, crap. I'm tired. And that's to recoup anything that anybody might have missed, that I'm going to be taking a short hiatus while I prepare to go to Murph. I have to clean up a couple messes and process some of my retirement fund. Because I don't want to relinquish too much about it, but I've got a source of precious metals that will last me for plenty of melts. Which is something I really want to get back into as well. But it's going to require me to do some electrical work to my house, to my garage, in order to get my kiln functioning properly. But in order to do all that, I've got to clean this mess up. And the mess is going to make me money. It's just going to take time to do it. So that's where I'm at. that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm doing. Wednesday is my, let's say, home alone time, where I'm left to entertain and feed myself, and I have used it up until, this moment pretty much, to be editing and making videos and stuff. My last attempt, my screen capturing software just would not work. Every YouTube video was the same fix, just given by a different person with a different accent, with a different take on it, the same fix, and it just wouldn't work. I have one idea as to what I might have done, but that was the other thing. So I had Simplified 3D 3 point whatever, and then they upgraded to 4.0, which is a completely new package. It wasn't like an upgrade where it upgraded my old one. So my old Simplified 3D was sitting on my computer with my new Simplified 3D sitting next to it. So I went to delete the old, and it deleted it all. So luckily I had saved all my profiles, and when it deleted, it gave me an option to save account information, and I saved that. So I didn't lose all my profiles, I didn't lose all my settings and stuff like that, but it was just another obstacle that I've had to go through during the last couple of weeks. So without sounding creepy, I had the same thing as you before I found your channel. Hey, maybe we're brothers from another mother. Yeah, it's kind of a niche. Yeah, if you research metal casting on the internet or on YouTube, it's going to loop around to 3D printing, and that's what basically, got me interested. Was that I was metal casting, saw 3D printers. I could do this with that and this with that, and then these things are here, and then they start working, and it's like, yeah, it's the answer to my lifelong desire to invent something, and now I have a platform to actually, manifest my imagination into physical form. So that's what I get out of 3D printing, and in a nutshell, that's why I'm here. But anyways, like I said, I'm tired, guys, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to recoup my body. Instead of coming home from work and sitting down here and trying to make a video, I'm going to be out in my garage. I'm going to be stripping some wire so that I can, pay for my trip to go to Murph. So if anybody's going to Murph, I hope to maybe meet up with you guys there, and I know I'll be running into Jim, and I'll probably end up meeting like Chuck, and hopefully I'll run into like Joel, and I know I'm not gonna run into Tom or Maker's Muse. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna take a little break. Instead of trying to make a video and 3D print something, I'm going to make a little bit of cash and pay for a trip. And I think that Wednesdays for the next couple weeks. Here's Cooper. What's up, Cooper? Or it might be his partner. I made a I made a case for those guys right there, Cooper's Quads, and they he paid me for it. It's a business, so you know we wanted to do a kind of a deal, but we they're having a tiny whoop competition, and it's gonna be the prize. It's a little tiny whip case. My design. Actually, let's see. No, I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna. I have a failed one that it actually sits down the side, lock and lid. It's pretty cool. But that's what I like to do. Just kind of design something cool. But I'm gonna take a little break and come back a little bit refreshed. Maybe there might be one or two. I'm not gonna like stress myself out to try to get videos out so that you guys have continued content. That's been my goal, is to to try to do and take this serious. That I want to be a YouTuber. I want to provide useful as well as entertaining content that keeps you guys watching. So I've had a couple of supporters. Like to big thanks to those guys that support me on Patreon. I got links. Anybody wants to use to help to save the channel. But I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'm gonna go to bed. So that's correct. It's a platform for us little guys that can't really, afford to have a die made, which is another thing that I might, try to cover too, is how we might be able to make molds so that we can reuse them and make useful things like candles and stuff like that. I got some ideas going around in his head. I just having the time, having the time to be able to put it all into works has been the hardest part. But hopefully I get a couple messes cleaned up. We'll be on the right track. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. I super appreciate y'all coming and hanging out for a little bit of hours. Apologize about the technical support or the technical difficulty that I had at the beginning. But you guys, thanks for stopping inside the Mind of Matt. I wish you guys all an awesome weekend, great weather, happy printing. And if you're going to be pouring, then be safe pouring. Good night, everybody.